Forum is starting a residential program and specifically designed for those students who didn't clear prelims earlier. At that moment, I felt that this program is tailor-made for you because what you described in that email, it felt like somebody was describing me.
नहीं सर, मैंने नहीं बनाया, ये मैं क्रेडिट नहीं लूँ, आपने बनाया है, मैंने उसको गाइड किया है बस। और हर माता पिता करता है ना, कौन नहीं करता है सर, कौन नहीं चाहता है सर।
Fortunately, sir, I cleared prelims and then, sir, the same schedule for mains FRC4 started at the same place and again I made the same promise. चाहे वो AWFG का टेस्ट हो या SFG का हो या करंट अफेयर्स की क्लास हो, I'll do it, सब कुछ करूँगा जैसा जैसा मुझे बताया जा रहा है. And fortunately it worked again. Then I stayed there for interview also and fortunately I got the rank.
And before coming to FRC, literally there was a lot of broken confidence and I thought I would never be able to clear pre. This is the biggest hurdle of my life. But then ever since December, things changed and I just followed the plan to the hilt. Gave every test, even the open test, all the simulators, the CSAT simulators also. It was for the first time that I cleared the prelims, I cleared the mains, and then I cleared the interview and finally got a job under Government of India. I was a part of FRC1 and FRC4. So I think FRC played an instrumental role in making me what I am today.
So I was scared, very honestly. I think a lot of my motivation for so many things is just a fear of failure. I'm not sure what a therapist or a psychologist might say about that.
मेरा नाम डॉक्टर आकांक्षा सिंह है। मैं गाज़ीपुर ज़िले से रहने वाली हूँ। मैं ऐसे पेशे से डॉक्टर हूँ। मैंने MBBS और मास्टर्स कर रखी है। मैं गायनोकोलॉजिस्ट हूँ। ये मेरा सेकंड अटेम्प्ट था जिसमें मेरी 301 रैंक आई है UPSC CSE 2025 में।
So first is a sense of discipline, whether that's SFG or sometimes that I followed in AWFG also for the mains part. A sense of discipline that this is the target for the day. You got to complete your syllabus in material, whether you're completing 80%, 70%, 100%, but you have to come up, show up every day and write the test.
Many congratulations to all of you who have cleared the prelims. Let us give them a big hand.
I subscribed to the second level of SFG. I think I told you so. I'd gotten to know about sir from a very close friend, which was honestly like my paradigmatic change, if you will call it, towards prelims preparation came when I heard sir speak on prelims.
Attention everyone. So we have Avan Alun with us and he has secured rank 295 in the civil service examination. Let's give him a big hand. So I think I'm meeting him. The last time I met him, it was at FRC. So Aman, first many congratulations. When the results came, what were you doing?
I was sitting in a cafe, sir. अब मुझे पता था रिजल्ट आने वाला है उस टाइम पे, तो I was just writing down 2 letters to myself. Two letters written 10 minutes apart. In case I make past the final stage, 1 letter was addressed to that one. The other one was addressed in case I don't make it. And I think that calmed me down. So I was doing that in a cafe near my home.
So I'll not ask what it was written that, you know, what you'll do when you will clear the exam, but definitely क्या सोचा था अगर नहीं होता तो क्या करते?
I think so private sector में वापस जाने का सोच रहा था, क्योंकि it's been a couple of years full time work preparing here. तो I had reasonable conjectures कि अगर यहाँ नहीं बन रहा है 2 साल लगाने के बावजूद, so maybe the time is right to take an exit option.
Someone also has been a diligent SFG student, I think, and which he said few minutes back that prelims help clear करने में help हुआ. तो पहले तो ये बताओ अमन, how did you come to know about ForumIAS?
Sir, मैंने पहला attempt दिया था while I was working in 2023, not the rightest of attempt to make at prelims. बट मेरे एक सीनियर थे जो उस टाइम पे मेरे कॉलीग हुआ करते थे 2018-17 के आसपास, एंड आई दैट ईयर उनका पेपर क्लियर हो गया था. तो राइट व्हेन आई वाज पुटिंग माय पेपर्स डाउन आई थॉट मे बी आई विल जस्ट चेक विद हर एंड उनसे पूछ लेता हूँ, गाइडेंस ले लेता हूँ बिफोर प्रिपेयरिंग फुल टाइम. तो जब मैं उनके पास गया तो शी ओनली मेंशन कि भाई मैंने तो 4 अटेम्प्ट्स के बाद मेरा प्रीलिम्स क्लियर हुआ है, सो देयर इज़ वन प्रोग्राम दैट आई हैव एब्सोल्युटली रिलाइड ऑन, दैट इज़ SFG. तो एक लेवल ऑफ ट्रस्ट आ गया था क्योंकि दिस वाज कमिंग फ्रॉम समवन आई हैव डीपली ट्रस्टेड एंड नोन. एंड सेकंड फिर मैंने उनकी GS की कॉपीज़ उठा के देखी, मुझे लगा यार ये तो दिपिन सर की क्लासेस थी और मोर और लेस काफ़ी हद तक वही कंटेंट है. मैंने बोला ना, मतलब बढ़िया, मतलब दिस इज़ वन प्लेस दैट पॉसिबली आई कैन ट्रस्ट. So एक level of trust factor develop हो गया because I came to know about Forum through one of my friends and seniors and colleagues, so to say. So I think this is how the
any names, I will not put it in camera, but कौन थी वो, क्या नाम याद है कुछ उनका?
I'm not sure if I should name her, but
So पहले तो ये बताइए अमन कि you were doing SFG and what are the 2 or 3 things that you felt that people generally make mistakes in prelims which SFG kind of fixes?
So I think broadly speaking, there are 3 pillars to prelims prep. First is your content. Second is your application of content, which in a way is an MCQ solving aptitude. Third is your simulation of the answer test practice, so to say, which is testing. So CAT in a way, content, application, and then testing. Problem ये होती है कि content wise a lot of loopholes are there in your basic foundational books. So सबसे पहला मेरा rubric होता था when it comes to if I really know the content when I speak about, let's say मेरा polity हो गया, geography हो गया, broadly speaking मेरे number ठीक आने चाहिए SFG में. And this was one of the criteria which I also used to evaluate my friends and peers on कि यार let's say if you're coming to me कि prelims नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ हो रहा है, मैंने बोला broadly speaking मुझे range बता अपनी कि SFG में कितनी range में score चल रहा है, कितने correct incorrect हो रहे हैं. तो ये मेरे लिए एक अच्छा बेंचमार्क होता था प्राइमरीली बिकॉज रैंडम क्वेश्चंस लेवल 1 में तो नहीं होते थे. सो दैट बिल्ट अ लॉट ऑफ ट्रस्ट फैक्टर आल्सो कि लेट्स से इफ दैट वाज अ मेट्रिक फॉर मी टू प्रिपेयर माय बेसिक सोर्स वेल एंड दैट यूज्ड टू रिफ्लेक्ट इन द स्कोर्स दैट आई वाज गेटिंग इन द मॉक्स आल्सो. सो मुझे लगता है दैट रियली हेल्प प्लगिंग द कंटेंट गैप्स एंड ensuring a certain benchmark if I am doing reasonably well vis-a-vis my competitors. Second is, sir, a lot of times you don't really understand there is a gap between your content and your solving of the question. So how do you use your logic and overarching understanding and common sense to eliminate options? Not so much in SFG, but more so in simulators. I felt that was a great practice also. So SFG and simulators, say through that, I think I've worked on my content pillar, my application pillar, and then my testing pillar. I think that helped possibly.
Well, and what was your best rank that you ever got, and what was the general rank that you used to get?
I was usually in the green category only. Rank तो नहीं दिखता था, but usually green category होती थी या sometimes थोड़ा yellow का above वाला. Starting में कई बार मैं dark horse भी रहा हूँ. So
potential dark horse.
Potential dark.
65% of IS toppers under rank 10 and 20 in CSE 2025 final list have been students of Mains Guidance Program MGP by ForumIAS Academy, including rank 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 17, 19. Mains Guidance Program MGP 2026 to 27. Join Mains Guidance Program, India's most trusted program for mains preparation. To know more about MGP, speak to an IS topper near you or email us at contact@forumias.com.
What are the 2 or 3 things or qualities that you feel are, important that one must have if one wants to embark on the civil service preparation journey and end it up successfully? Why do some people do and some people don't?
Sir, I think a lot of factors go in whether someone is successful in the exam or not. But I think what matters far more is if you put in the honest effort which is required for the examination. And I think certainly a few traits really matter there. First is a level of honesty is required in the prep, sir, because what we prepare in isolation is not necessarily tied end to end with our success in the examination, because it's ultimately a relative examination also, a contest. So to have that honesty with yourself, if I am doing what all things I need to do, studying the books, writing answers and everything, solving MCQs, if I am doing diligent with all the pillars of my preparation, and at the same time do I have the courage to just identify my gaps and look for places where I can seek some help. Because a lot of times in my prep, especially because I've reached out to you post my Mains 2024 failure, so to say, I think that was an honest assessment of where I was not going right. Just being honest about it, but also being courageous to seek help. You were one of the people I reached out to. I reached out to so many people. Some guidance eventually, I tended to incorporate in my approach moving forward for the 2025 attempt. And eventually, I think that level of courage and honesty reflected in the patience and perseverance, which was necessary to get the AIR 295 this year. So I think that perhaps answers that, sir.
Wonderful. You also have good marks, high marks in PSIR.
Yes, sir.
And I think you're the second candidate. I mean, PSIR last year, the Manpreet was there, and she said she was from Chandigarh, 299 marks, and I think you also have 282 marks. So 3 or 4 things you tell me, like if students who are preparing with PSIR option, if they want to do as well, what would you recommend?
So first, from what you have told me about Damanpreet ma'am is, I think first you need to be located in Chandigarh. I think that's the overlapping criteria. But jokes apart, I think so. Again, like we have 3 pillars for the prelims, mains also has certain 3 pillars, which I understood for PSIR because I got 218. That was punishment mark, so to say, by the commission in 2004. And a 64 mark jump reflected some efforts across the 3 pillars. First is your content in terms of if you really understand the topic or not. A lot of times we just end up mechanically writing what is there in one coaching notes or the other. But I found I was reverting to the original sources and primary sources selectively at times to really figure out if my understanding really matches with what is required as per the demand of the examination. But the second, I think, sir, more importantly, was your application in terms of writing answers. And that too, because structurally speaking, it's very rare to have good quality feedback in this UPSC ecosystem, primarily for optional subjects because they might require greater subject matter expertise. So therein, I tended to have a different approach of using topper answer copies. Damanpreet ma'am was one of them, and so many others as well, where I used to time my answers, just scavenge specific answer, time my answer, and just iteratively go back and forth and benchmark my progress accordingly. So in terms of feedback, I would say topper answer copy, answer writing, and regular at that, for a couple of months and more than a few months, in fact, I was writing intermittently but regularly every other day, 2-3 answers. So through sheer quantity, I think the qualitative result eventually ended up coming towards the end. And of course, one thing I did falter on was to not write enough test at the end. And I think that reflected in me not being able to complete my paper 1. And I got 136 marks there. So perhaps I could have scored better there, sir.
And for paper 2, what would you say?
So paper 2 by nature is very dynamic, and more so the paper that we had in 2025, that requires a lot of analytical depth. They were not questions where you can have certain content, ready-made content available somewhere and just directly Control-C, Control-V them in the actual. It was a thinking paper, exactly, sir. It was a thinking paper. So my understanding was that I had a wide reading across akhbar, intensive reading of, let's say, if I am reading India and South Asia, so I will go on Google and write the specific topic and write the Hindu or the Indian Express and read 7-8 articles on it. Eventually collate my notes, my standard basic notes that I have from different coaching institutes and books, and supplement that in that one consolidated format with the dynamic current affairs part also. But I think, sir, the note making is part of the process. What this paper required was more your understanding, and it shall, in my humble understanding, it shall come from you regularly following different sources, whether that's ORF would have some think tank seminars once in a while. You go on YouTube and read for it. You have Cut the Clutter by Shekhar Gupta ji. So that I was a regular there as well. So I used to scavenge content from what's happening in the world, and somehow, and in hindsight, I can say that brought some freshness in terms of content, in terms of answer writing in my answers. So perhaps that could have helped, sir.
And what message would you like to give to all the people who are waiting for their prelims result and have not started their mains preparation yet?
Sir, I think the message is pretty simple, that if you want to stay in the cycle, whether this year or the next, prelims result is in a way immaterial, because you have to, कहते हैं ना, कूच करना पड़ता है mains के लिए. You have to pivot to mains prep. So if someone happens to get lucky this year and get past the prelims hurdle, तो ये 2 हफ्ते हमें waste नहीं करने हैं. ये 2 हफ्ते में a lot of things can be consolidated. It's been a while that you had read, let's say, optional paper. Prelims की 3-4 महीने की रगड़ाई तो करी थी. उससे पहले it's been a while that you read GS4 का paper. So maybe it's time to brush up those concepts first. In the meantime, the result will be out, because understandably efficiency will not be at its peak right now. So perhaps use this time to do stuff which it's been a long time that you ended up reading on. I think that might help, sir, in the next 2 weeks.
Wonderful. What are the 2 or 3 things that you feel that ForumIAS has done academically right, according to you?
So first is a sense of discipline, whether that's SFG or in sometimes that I followed in AWFG also for the mains part. A sense of discipline that this is the target for the day. You got to complete your syllabus immaterial whether you're completing 80%, 70% or 100%, but you have to come up, show up every day and write the test. So I think that sense of discipline is unbeatable, and I really credit the academy for that. Second, I think, sir, in sense of developing a peer cohort that way, because I made a lot of friends. Initially, I was there only for a couple of weeks at FRC. I had to rush back to my place, but I ended up making friends there, and they became my partners, virtual partners also for the mains prep later as well. So that was done very, very well also. And third, which I think is the exam is academic, but at the same time, you can't make your content very academic, which is far away from the requirements of the examination. So the good part, which I found a golden mean, which in my consideration, I would say that academic part is not diluted. At the same time, that academic, the exam requirements or rigor is also there. So having the golden mean between the academic rigor and being closer to the exam requirements, whether that's prelims or mains, I think I found great value there also.
All right, so now the success bell is yours. Go ahead and ring it.
Forum is starting a residential program and specifically designed for those students who didn't clear prelims earlier. At that moment, I felt that this program is tailor-made for you because what you described in that email, it felt like somebody was describing me.
नहीं सर, मैंने नहीं बनाया, ये मैं क्रेडिट नहीं लूँगा, आपने बनाया है, मैंने उसको गाइड किया है बस। और हर माता पिता करता है ना, कौन नहीं करता है सर, कौन नहीं चाहता है सर।
Fortunately, sir, I cleared prelims, and then, sir, the same schedule for mains FRC 4 started at the same place, and again I made the same promise. चाहे वो AWFG का टेस्ट हो या SFG का हो या करंट अफेयर्स की क्लास हो, आई विल डू इट, सब कुछ करूँगा जैसा जैसा मुझे बताया जा रहा है. एंड फॉर्चुनेटली इट वर्कड अगेन. देन आई स्टेड देयर फॉर इंटरव्यू आल्सो, and fortunately I got the rank.
And before coming to FRC, literally there was a lot of broken confidence, and I thought I would never be able to clear pre. This is the biggest hurdle of my life. But then ever since December, things changed, and I just followed the plan to the hilt. Gave every test, even the open test, all the simulators, the CSAT simulators also. It was for the first time that I cleared the prelims, I cleared the mains, and then I cleared the interview and finally got a job under Government of India. I was a part of FRC 1 and FRC 4. So I think FRC played an instrumental role in making me what I am today.
So I was scared, very honestly. I think a lot of my motivation for so many things is just a fear of failure. I'm not sure what a therapist or a psychologist might say about that.
मेरा नाम डॉक्टर आकांक्षा सिंह है। मैं गाज़ीपुर ज़िले से रहने वाली हूँ। मैं ऐसे पेशे से डॉक्टर हूँ। मैंने MBBS और मास्टर्स कर रखी है। मैं गायनाकोलॉजिस्ट हूँ। ये मेरा सेकंड अटेम्प्ट था जिसमें मेरी 301 रैंक आई है UPSC CSE 2025 में।
So first is a sense of discipline, whether that's SFG or sometimes that I followed in AWFG also for the mains part. A sense of discipline that this is the target for the day. You got to complete your syllabus immaterial whether you're completing 80%, 70% or 100%, but you have to come up, show up every day and write the test.
Many congratulations to all of you who have cleared the prelims. Let us give them a big hand.
I subscribed to the second level of SFG. I think I told you so. I had gotten to know about sir from a very close friend, which was honestly like my paradigmatic change, if you will call it, towards prelims preparation came when I heard sir speak on prelims.
65% of IS toppers under rank 10 and 20 in CSE 2025 final list have been students of Mains Guidance Program MGP by ForumIAS Academy, including rank 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 17, 19. Mains Guidance Program MGP 2026-27. Join Mains Guidance Program, India's most trusted program for mains preparation. To know more about MGP, speak to an IS topper near you or email us at contact@forumias.com.